Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Benefits Cooldown with myself, Eric Silverman, and my good friend and West Coast partner, Ed Legande, Broker of the Year 2021 for Benefits Pro Magazine. And I had to start that way, Ed, because this week we want to talk about a really awesome article that you had shared with me. And I appreciate you sharing that we found, or that you found, in Benefits Pro Magazine. Man, Paul Wilson and his team over there, they really bring out the fresh content each and every week. We appreciate that so much. This article's title is Smaller Employers Have a Hidden Benefits Advantage. And, you know, the subtitle is what caught my eye: Good benefits matter, but not if employees don't understand how to use them. This article was published on January 18th, 2022, and we will, of course, put the actual full article link in the comments section below. But Ed, tell me your thoughts on this article after you've had time to digest it, my friend.
Absolutely. First of all, thank you. You know, this makes me think of a single word: opportunity, right? You know, as small employers, you're probably always thinking about all the time of, I need to think of big benefits in order to give a big employee experience, right? You know, you and I have talked about this, even with our other West Coast buddies, you know, Andrew McNeil and Rosario Avila as well. And we talked about how, you know, perks versus culture, throwing different ping pong tables and you know, sleeping bags and things of that nature. Obviously, that's tough to do in a pandemic anyways. That's not necessarily how to enhance your number one asset's experience, right? Your number one asset being your employees. So let's talk about that for a second. We don't necessarily need to look at exactly what large organizations are doing all the time to enhance your employee experience. You know, the pandemic shed a really bright light on what is important to people at the end of the day, you know, from a mental health perspective, from a family planning perspective, from an overall benefit perspective. What we also saw was that there was a complete lack of transparency into how to even access benefits in the first place. You know, we've talked about this too. Employers are spending millions of dollars a year on their second biggest line item. And how many times has an HR person said, oh my gosh, it's frustrating when an employee reaches out to me and says, you know, do we even offer vision? What is this vision plan, right? Tell me about my supplemental hospital plan, or how do I access my pharmacy benefit, right? So it creates the opportunity for us to realize that employees need quick and easy access to information, right? So we were forced to adopt technology as quickly as possible, you know, over a year ago, almost 2 years ago now, which is crazy to think about. So that's one thing, but we really need to realize, since employees are having to adopt a new normal, and we're going to continue this for a long time from now, right? This is a complete shift in how employees and employers relate, but we need to think about the end user experience. How do we leverage technology to give employees quick and easy access to information, to their benefits, but also on an ongoing basis as well? I mean, you're the communication expert. We've talked about this several times. We need to talk about how to bring an ongoing communication campaign to drive bite-sized pieces of information to employees, because at the end of the day, they're drinking from a fire hose. You know, we do the one-time annual open enrollment meeting. They're drinking from a fire hose and thinking, I need to remember this for the next 11 months until someone does the same song and dance again for me next year, right? So as employers, that's where I challenge you, right? I challenge you to come up with an ongoing communication campaign. Leverage technology. There's several different pieces of technology, whether it's mobile apps, text messaging. You know, we talked about this. This is a remote control of your life, right? You've said it. Let's reach them where they are. Let's meet employees where they are and then deliver those bite-sized pieces of information. So that's how I think we're going to be able to drive more and more engagement throughout the year and make sure employees can have that peace of mind. They know exactly how to access their benefits, when to access it, and become savvy consumers. So what do you think?
Yeah, look, man, I couldn't agree more with what you said. I mean, the reality is, it kind of, to me, brings back the notion of what our good friend Scott McGregor always talks about in the group that we're part of, Talent Champions Council, and that is people over everything. The reality is, you can put in all these fancy benefits and quote unquote perks, and like you said, sleeping pods and free food and, you know, gym memberships. But as the article talks about, if nobody knows how to use it, or frankly, if you don't know your audience, if that's not exciting to them, then you're not putting people over everything. You have to dig deep and really find out what is important to your people, which is going to ultimately lead and impact your culture. So with that, Ed, as always, man, I appreciate you very much. As always, anybody listening and watching, we appreciate you very much. This has been another episode of the Benefits Cooldown. I'm Eric Silverman. That's Ed Legande, and we hope you tune in next week, same time, roughly, and certainly same place right here on social media. Thanks, everybody.
Have a great day.